Hi friends, here I will come with the first video where I compare a situation from real life and the medias with child cases. As I assume other people who has been into some kind of traumatic event, I think they do the same as I. When something is happening and you are going into your brain searching for your meaning about that, the first layer in my brain is everything about my child case. So when something happens and I go inside and think about it, the first thing it meets will be how we were treated in our child case and the things that happened there that I feel did not and do not match with how you should treat people. And I'll say hello to all those who think it's okay to steal children from parents. These videos I will make in the coming periods, they are first and foremost for people like you. In Denmark, the last week, there has been talked a lot about this episode, and it has been talked about in many parts of the world, I have heard. It was a match between Denmark and Finland last Saturday, the 12th in the 6th month. And what happened was, as far as I've heard, I didn't see the match, but I have seen the clip on YouTube about this episode. But as far as I have heard, it was in the the 42 minute or something like that. I mentioned that because in this episode I can see something with numbers, like everybody else who is a little interested in numbers and the meaning of numbers. Of course there are a lot of numbers in this episode too, but I would say the thing I have been thinking about is the date 12th in the 6th month, and 12 is also the number on the clock. It could symbolize a ring, and in the 6th month it could be the symbolism for 6 rings. And here there also were a comment in the comment section, a person who called him or herself as P6, but that was not what we should talk about. It was the episode. It was the player number 10. He is named Christian Eriksen. Christ I am Eriksen. But another player played the ball to him and he hit it with his foot, and then he fell down on the grass. And as far as they have told in the news, what happened was a hard stop. That his heart stopped to beat. But they got a mask on him and some CPR, and he came to himself again and was in hospital. I don't know if he's still there, but he has been in hospital for some days, and they have said it's okay with him. And they also said that they had operated something inside of his heart, that if it stops again, it will give him some kind of electric attack, so it will start the heart again. So here we talk about a person that you can say have died, but in a way now they have given him eternal life, I will say. I was thinking when I heard they had operated in this electric thing, how can this man die now? Because this electric thing will start his heart every time it stops. But not more about that. And let's take the next picture. Here we see in a studio they talk about the match. We have the Danish flag and we have the Finland flag. And what I see in this is it could be some kind of symbolism for the two sides of things. If you could imagine this was a negative that you were making a picture out of, you can see the Danish flag is actually opposite in dark and light of the Finnish flag. But it was not this match we should talk about. We should talk about people who are alive and people who are dead. And when you separate parent and children, in a way they die for each other. Or you can say, if I'm not allowed to see my son, he is in a way a living dead inside my head and my heart. But when you steal a child and force the child to be away from the parent for a long time, years and years, this parent will end up to be dead in the brain of the child. It will not have any important meaning for the child anymore, because it has been used to live without. But rest of the life, this child and the parent, but this child especially, has to grow rest of his or her life with only half the root. Here we have a Halloween thing, And I also see they have a parent at the family side, a very bloody and almost a dead, looks like a dead mouth on the cheek. It's named kind in Danish, this part of the head, and kind in German we know means child. And there's something, looks like he's shot in the middle of the brain. This was where I got a ring. I saw in the period where I was very, very sick after a whack. But this is how a child learned to treat one of his parents, his or her parents, if they are been brainwashed to be against that person. They learn, children in a situation like mine, that the child's one parent is better off dead. Let's make a number 2.